insist that this is an isolated incident, yet told that that is reporting.
So this is Thomas Renz. I'm going to start this discussion about masking and shots and stuff like that. They're really starting to ramp up, like I've been talking about. They would start to ramp up. So the death rates are starting to ramp up around the world. We'll talk about that after Thomas Renz gives his insights.
So the first thing they ask you, are you willing to be vented? Because they want to vent you. They want you vented immediately. They are pushing these vents, and these numbers are straight from Texas, right? In Texas, we are seeing for people who are vented between for 96 consecutive hours. I want you to hear me. 96 consecutive hours vented. 84.8% of them are dying. 84.8%. What can I say about that? It's a death sentence.
That is staggering. It is a death sentence. And the thing I want our listeners to understand, when you use the term vented, that means going on a mechanical ventilator. I want everyone to understand, when we talk medically and legally about being vented, that is a mechanical ventilator. And Attorney Renz has just said 84.9% death rate for those on a ventilator in the state of Texas, which has normally very outstanding medical care.
Yes. So if you're on that for more than 96 consecutive hours, our statistics are showing over 84% death rate in the Medicare population. This is staggering. There is no question these vents are not safe, and they're the wrong treatment under almost any circumstances. And you have to understand, the hospitals know this. There is no way that you can have 85% of your patients dying and not notice. I don't care what they're doing. They clearly know this. A vent is a death sentence, and you need to say no to the vents, and you need to fight these hospitals. And we, with Truth for Health, are working on a number of suits that we're going to develop, and we're going to hold these guys accountable for killing your loved ones. There is no question. It's not an accident when 8.5 out of 10 people that you put on a vent die. You can't say you didn't notice. I mean, there's no way that the hospitals can say we didn't notice. So this vent, this needs to go. The treatment protocols are all wrong. We know it. It's clear. When you combine the vent with remdesivir and all these other treatments, it's a death sentence. And you know, I really appreciate all that you're doing, Lee, in supporting this. We're going to develop these cases. We can't wait. Anybody that wants to come on board and help us with these cases, we're looking for more attorneys. You can go to Truth for Health. You can also go to renz-law.com, and you know, just let us know that you're willing to help develop and fight these, and especially people who have experience in these sorts of cases. And we're ready to go. We're going to hold these guys accountable. And doctors in these hospitals, this is a message to you. If you are a doctor, if you are practicing in the hospital, and if you are a part of this, we're going to hold you accountable. You are murdering people. It's going to happen. May not be tomorrow, but it will happen. You know it. 85% is too high to miss.
All right. Like we've been saying, there's going to be a lot of people held accountable. And some of that accountability will probably be some street justice guys. So we're going to see a lot of street justice. And you're probably wondering when that occurs. Just like Thomas Renz just said, it may not be now. It may not be tomorrow. It may not be next year, but it will happen. And it will happen on a massive scale. Once this finally turns around and the momentum, the dominoes start to fall rapidly the other way, it's going to be devastating to a lot of people. Now, 75% or more of doctors are not, most doctors used to be individual practitioners, and then they would come into a hospital and work on their patients. or the hospital would sometimes contract them and bring them in to work on some patients that, you know, they needed. Now, most, I think it's 3/4, 75% or more of doctors are under the umbrella of hospital. So whatever the hospital tells them to do, unless they do it, they're gonna lose their jobs. So if a hospital is trying to make money off of the ventilators, forcing the ventilators, that's why they ask a lot of people when they first come in, will you concede to being put on a ventilator if you need to be put on a ventilator? Pretty much, if you say yes, you're going to be put on a ventilator, and they're going to make a lot of money on you, right? So be very careful with that going forward. There's lots of different ways, you know, homeopathic treatments are out there. It's really super hard to get them, unfortunately. The ivermectin and the hydroxychloroquine, the MMS. There's lots of different things that can help you, but you have to do the homework, and you have to do, you know, what you need to do to get some of that stuff, right? So I put that out a few times. It's in the chat in the Intuitive Warrior Club. If you go into my chat, I have links where you guys can get that. Of course, you can come to my website and get the Iver stuff, and of course, the Root Wellness is also really good. So a lot of you guys are already on that. It's awesome. It's going to make a difference going forward. So